Right, let's start today's session. So in the last session of .NET Core, we were discuss about a complete version of C# .NET as well as Visual Studio, as well as .NET Framework versions and .NET Core versions, and what are the basic application area of .NET we have seen, and even we have started with C# .NET introduction and console application programming introduction. So as I said, that console application is the main application which we need to discuss a lot of topics related to C# .NET. So console application programs are just like C++ programs. Console application program will display the output using command prompt. So CUI facilities will provide. CUI means command user interface or character user interface. In console application, console is a class which is present in system namespace. Console class is used to work with input and output. If you want to deal with the input values and output values, then we use a console class. And console class offer few methods. These are built-in methods of this class. So write line methods are output methods as we discussed, and read line methods are input methods. Okay, so for example, write method through, we can display the statements within the same line, whereas write line methods through, we can display the statements in line by line. For example, if I write the code like this, console is a class dot write is a method. So I can say that hello is one line. Suppose same line, if I try to write in my coding part, that is hello DURGASOFT. Okay, this is the code. So DURGASOFT. So if I write code like this, so the output window, how the output will be displayed in the sense, the output will be look like hello DURGASOFT. Within the same line only, two words will be displayed here because we have written what statements, what method, write method. And when we give write line method here you can see this write line method. The moment when we give write line method, and the output will display into line by line. As I said that hello is in one line, DURGASOFT is another line. Okay, DURGASOFT is another line. So this is line by line output printing purpose. We use write line method, or within the same line, if you want to print output, then we use write method only. So this is the difference between write line. These are output methods in C# .NET of console application. And what about read line? Okay, as I said that read line methods are input methods. If you want to give any input values to the application, then we use read line method. And there is a difference between read method as well as read line method. For example, here, if I'm asking some values from the user input, suppose if I'm asking enter your name. So this is my statement. The programmer will enter the name like this, Mohan. So these are my inputs. So your inputs are going to read by the program or application. So in that application, to read this input value from the user end, if we use read method will read character by character. First character is M, then after O, then after H, then after A, like this. So character by character, it will read by using read method. But whereas read line method, when we use to read these inputs, so read line method will read total number of characters at a time. That is completely total string format it will read. So what is the main difference between read method and read line method means? Read method will read single character or character by character, whereas read line method will read all the characters at once. That means group of characters means string format only. So the return type of read method is integer, and the return type of read line method is strings. So why return type of read method is integer means read method will read each and every character separately, like one by one. That too, read method will read ASCII value of the character. So you know that every character is having its ASCII representation. So that ASCII value is what format? Number format. So that's what read method return type is integer, whereas readline method return type is string. Read method will read character by character. That too, it will not read directly character. Its character ASCII value will read, that is integer format. Readline method will read total characters at once. Total group of characters means what? Actually string. So readline method will read string format. So this is the difference between read and readline, write and writeline. So let's see this practical implementation here. To start with practical implementation with C#.NET console application, so I strongly recommend to download and install Visual Studio Editor. So Visual Studio is an editor tool. So first I'm trying to show you the few examples with Visual Studio 2019. Later we will move on Visual Studio 2022 also. Okay, so to work with .NET applications, okay, especially if you want to work with .NET applications or .NET application implementation purpose, majorly two softwares are recommended. One is Visual Studio 2019 or 2022, as well as SQL Server software is also required, because in our session, most of the cases we are going to communicate or interact with SQL Server database, that is SQL Server 19. These two softwares are recommended to download and install. So you can visit official website like Microsoft.com website. So you can easily get this Visual Studio 2019 and 2022, as well as SQL Server 2019. So let's see this Visual Studio 2019, how to download and install. So already I have downloaded and installed it. It's not a big deal to download and install. Making setup of Visual Studio is very easy. So let's flip to Google and let's open the tabs. Now you can see, just simply go to Google and type download Visual Studio 2019 sir, or 2022 also. So the moment when we go for Visual Studio 2019, so now we can see Visual Studio downloaders are there, older downloaders. Now we can able to select this. So expand this Visual Studio Community Edition, Professional Edition, Enterprise Edition. And Visual Studio will offer community version is free of cost. There is no need to be pay. And now you can see here 2019 is there. You can able to download it like this. If you want 2019, you can able to use this link and download it and install it. Similarly, we can download SQL Server also same way here. Okay. So yes, we can, if you want to work with Visual Studio 2019 .NET application, Visual Studio 2019 or 2022 also, we can download it, install it. Yes, obviously. Without downloading, how we can install it? So you need to be install the software, no? So download it and install it. Or else we can go for Visual Studio 2022 also. At the same time, we have to download and install SQL Server 2019 is recommended. So this SQL Server 29 also, it's downloadable, which can visit Microsoft official website SQL Server downloads. There you have an official link and you can see this. The developer edition SQL Server 2022 also there, or 2019 also there. You can use any one. Download now, you can see this. And there is no much more differences editor platform versions. Yes, we have to use Visual Studio 2022 also. Yes, I'll show you both examples. So as I said that, so you are going to get a knowledge of .NET Framework examples and .NET Core examples. .NET Core 6 version onwards, we use Visual Studio 2022. But basic example, I'm going to show you VS 2019 here. So you can observe carefully the differences clearly. What is VS 2019 and VS 2022? What version difference is there? And .NET Framework and .NET Core Framework differences also, you will see that. So both I will give you clarity. If I go for directly VS 2022, you may not see the differences clearly. So that's what first initially I'll show you that examples view 2019 through with the .NET Framework and .NET Core Framework. After that, when we go through this VS 2022, so that you will get clear differences notifications. So these two editors are required, sir. SQL Server for managing databases and Visual Studio for managing C#, .NET, ASP.NET, MVC, Web API, Entity Framework, everything coding part we can manage with these editors only. So I have already with me VS 2019. So let's open that 2019 first. Okay. In upcoming session, we will introduce you 2022 also, so that there we can observe the differences. So let's go to search and VS 2019. Look at this Visual Studio 2019 is there already. So the moment when I click on this Visual Studio 2019, you'll be able to see this dialog box like this. So once if you get this dialog box like this, here we have to start to create a new project. So look at this in the left hand side panel, already recently what applications I have included in my other batches. So that available here, but I am trying to create a new project here. Okay. So if you want to open existing project, you can use this one. Or if you have any other folder locally present in your computer, you can use this one. And to create a new project extremely, you can create this one only, create a new project here. I'm clicking on creating a new project. Now we can see this, notice that there is an option 3 drop down list available here for creating new project. Here we need to choose what language you want to work with. You can use language. So all languages are there like C#, C++, F#, JavaScript, Python, TypeScript, Visual Basic, XAML, like this. Okay, I need a C#.NET programming language because our programming language is C#.NET. And I'm selecting this, what platform you are going to work. You can see this first, I'm selecting Windows only. So whenever the moment when I select this Windows only, so now we can see this application types also, it is asking in the third drop down list. But what our application type, basic application type, console application. But look at this, the moment when I select this console application, there are two options, two templates are there. Just closely observe here. The first template, a project for creating a command line application, that is means console application that can run on .NET Core on Windows, Linux, and Mac OS other operating system. As I said that when we choose .NET Core platform, your applications can able to run on all operating systems, that is called cross-platform or platform independent. But whenever we choose this console application, you can see in bracket clearly they are saying the .NET framework. The moment when we select this template, which will be able to run on only one operating system, which is Windows. Because .NET framework code can only be run on Windows operating system. The reason is .NET framework is related to Microsoft and Windows also related to Microsoft, compatibility with this only. That's what Microsoft announced .NET Core in the year of 2016. From 2016 onwards, the user choice, user wants to develop .NET applications with respect of all operating system, making platform independent, then they can use .NET Core platform. So first I will show you the few changes, what is the differences clearly .NET framework. When I choose .NET Core later, you will see this. Some small changes are available. As I said that in the previous session, you don't see the much differences whenever we are going to discuss about C#.NET with the .NET framework or .NET Core. You don't find much more differences. Slight differences are there, but coding and functionality wise and features wise, there don't be any differences. But huge differences we can find when it comes to ASP.NET point of view. So when we start develop ASP.NET Core MVC and ASP.NET Core Entity Framework Web API, using .NET Framework is completely different style of coding, and using .NET Core Framework through different style of coding. There we can able to observe a lot of differences. At the moment now, even we are going to teach complete all lectures which is related to .NET Core only, but just initially few very basic example I will show you .NET Framework through, and immediately I will move on this .NET Core also. You can just observe the differences what is, okay. Our main intention is to show the difference between these two templates. First, let's select this .NET Framework here. So let's see this .NET Framework, but this is not continuation because our lecture is completely core platform only, which makes platform independent. Now I'm selecting C# as a language, Windows is a platform, console application is our application type, I'm selecting console app with .NET framework and click on next here. Now it will ask you clearly, you can see this project name is console app 1. Okay, console app. I'm giving my application name clearly console app with the .NET framework. Okay, console app with framework. Console app with framework only. This is my application name. Console app with framework. Okay, or else we can say .NET framework better. This is a meaningful project name here. And where do you want to save this project name? You can decide it. I'm going to select this desktop only. Now you can see here only I'm going to, or else we can go for directly D drive only. I'm selecting D drive. This is my location of the project name. Directly it will save into D drive. But note this point, the moment when I give this console application project name, the target framework is what actually? These are this. Let's observe carefully, all of you. Target framework, you can notice this, sir. This is the target framework here. So .NET Visual Studio 2019 supports only .NET Framework 4 onwards. Do you want to use .NET Framework 3.5 like that? We recommend Visual Studio 2017 or 2015. And when we use Visual Studio 2019, now you can see .NET Framework 4, 4.5, 4.5.1, 5.2, 4.6, 4.6.1, 4.7.2. This is only highest framework which we are using. But sir, what about yesterday we just given .NET Framework also latest version .NET Framework 4.8 is there. 4.8 is possible with VS 2022. Okay. So very recent version, latest version, do you want to use? The combination is what? .NET Framework 4.8 with Visual Studio 2022. Within 1 or 2 days, I'm going to introduce you Visual Studio 2022 also. There I can show you clearly what framework is there, what core framework also there, you can observe here. Right now, I have chosen framework is .NET Framework with Visual Studio 2019 editor. In this 2019 editor, highest framework version is .NET Framework 4.7.2 only. But let's click on create. The moment when we click on create, you can see this, we'll be able to see .NET console application with the .NET framework. So look at this, the first look and feel of your console basic program is this one only. So if you go to Solution Explorer right hand side, there are so many tools available. So these are dockable windows also, we can call it as. Right hand side you can see Solution Explorer is there. My application name or project name is console app with the .NET framework. And right now you can see this by default, when we create a new application, by default one class will come like this. Yeah, we can use this, not a problem. So can we keep both 2019 and 22? Right now in my computer 2019 is there, no? In tomorrow or day after tomorrow I can come with 2022 also, you will see that. Both I can manage, not a problem. Any number of editors you can maintain, sir. It's not a big deal. So right now, this is the look and feel of first program of your console application. And this is .NET Framework application. Okay. But basic structure of console program is this one. Whenever we create a new console application, by default, one class will come. That is name is called program. So these are all what actually, sir, namespaces, or we can say libraries, or we can say header files. So system.collections.generic, system.link language integrated query, system.text, system.threading.task. Multi-threading programming purpose, we use this threading namespace. But all the namespaces are not in active mode. Why? Because when we use these library relevant stuff into our program, then these all namespaces will be active only, sir. Right now, these namespaces are not in active mode only. But here, these are built-in namespaces or built-in libraries, which will come automatically whenever we install Visual Studio 2019 along with .NET frameworks. Yes. Now, what is our namespace? This is our namespace. This is user-defined namespaces. Namespaces or libraries are two types. User-defined libraries are there. System-defined libraries are there. In our upcoming sessions, we will have a topic called how to prepare your own user-defined libraries or customized libraries. That is called creating DLL concept. How to create DLLs, how to inject that DLL to other application for reusability also, There is a concept in our upcoming sessions. So now this is namespace. Our namespace name is what? Console application with .NET Framework. And by default, when we create for the first time console application, you will get one class. Class name is what's our program. And this is called what? Actually entry point of the program. Always entry point of the program is nothing but main methods are static void main. M is capital letter. As I said that C#.NET is a case sensitive programming language. So in this main method, look at this here, string square bracket args. This is what? Command line arguments. That means by default in console application, all the user inputs will be accepted in what format? String format only. The moment when I place mouse pointer on string, you can see this IntelliSense is saying that it is called system.string class. So represent text as a sequence of characters. Look at this. Represent text as a sequence of Unicode transformation format 16 code units. Okay, this is completely string format only. All user inputs are going to accept by string only. According to your convenience, you have to convert from one data type to another data type later. That is called type conversion mechanism. So this is including optional, not compulsory. If you remove also, it will be same by default. But let's view this again. So in this static void main method, we have to write some code, sir. So what code we are writing? Just I want to print some output onto the screen. To print output onto the screen, we use what? Actually console class. Look at this. The moment when I start typing console, some IntelliSense is coming like this. This is called IntelliSense or IntelliTrace. So it will give you suggestions what programmer is expecting actually. So I am trying to type console, but the moment when I use console, automatically it's coming in IntelliSense. Then press enter button, it will capture from the IntelliSense. After that console dot, and you can see this IntelliSense is coming. When I type WR, the methods which are starts with letter WR, automatically it's available. So what do you want? You can press enter and you can write this something like this. For example, I'm writing here hello is one line. One more console class, write is a statement. Hello DURGASOFT, I'm writing here. You can see hello DURGASOFT. Fine. So look at this, console is a class, write is a method. Look at this, console class is present in which namespace? As I said, system namespace. Look at this, system namespace is in active mode or not? Yes, it is in active mode. So right now system is the namespace. It is in active mode. Why? Because the relevant class console which is present in the system namespace is already used in this program. That's what this namespace library is active only. Okay. So if you want to execute this, what we need to do this? First, actually, we need to compile that. So how to compile the program? I will show you. So in C#.NET, compilation means build. Build means compilation. Okay. So look at this. You can see build option. So you can able to click on this build with console, build console app with .NET framework. But before building or compilation, I want to go to the location of my project. So let's see this, my computer. I have saved in D drive only all files, this project. And now you can see your project name is what's our console app with .NET framework. And now you can see this is solution file, Visual Studio solution file. Actual project folder is this one only, console app with .NET framework. And look at this, all files and folders is automatically created. And now you can see program.cs, C# source file also there. And always C# extension is .cs only, sir. This is C# source file only here. In this bin option, you can see this. Debug option, you can see this. There is a empty folder it is. After empty folder, you observe in this location. What is the location? Your D drive, console app with the .NET framework, console app with the .NET core, .NET framework, bin debug. It is empty folder. Let's minimize this. Once we go to your application, that is Visual Studio, the moment when I click on build option and build console with .NET framework, console app with the .NET framework, build means compilation. So let's see this build started in the left hand side bottom corner and build also succeeded. Build succeeded means compilation is successfully done. There is no issues in your code. When we go to folder location, now we can see this after building or compilation successfully, there is two files gets created. You can see this. One is console app with the .NET framework. This is called application file. This is the main file we can call it as. And next one is one more file is there here. You can see program debug database file also. So this is our main file. This file is ready to execute, sir, here. Okay, these three files created automatically at application level after building successfully. Let's close this. So after building successfully, compilation successfully, next we need to run this code, sir, because I need to show the output here. To run this code, what we need to do, just you can see this, there is a arrow mark is available. Start option is there. You can hit this arrow mark, green color arrow mark is there, or else from your keyboard, you can hit this function key plus F5 only, or else function F5, you can hit this shortcut key to execute any .NET program, that is called what's that, F5. So I'm going to click on this green arrow mark start button, and the moment when I click on it, so now you can see we got this some command prompt window, and it went again. So it's coming and going there. Look at this, closely observe. The moment when I hit this, command prompt window is coming and going. So it is not going to stay back permanently the output window for us. So to stay back output window, command prompt window for completely, okay. So what we need to do here, one more line we have to include, which is recommend, that is called console.read method. So console.read method means your output window is completely read mode only until you close the window of the output only. So this is required, sir, to stay back to our screen permanently. Now you can see this is output window. This is command prompt window actually here. Hello DurgaSoft is available here. Do you want to increase the font size also? You can click on it. So automatically you will be able to see this increment of font size clearly, sir. Just a moment. Yeah. So, okay, fine. I don't want to do this incrementation. The reason is it's already available. Now you can see it is moving PowerShell actually, that I don't want. Okay, fine. So this is what actually Hello DurgaSoft is available. But notice this, Hello is one word which is present in same line. DurgaSoft is another word also which is present in same line. Got my point. But what I need to do here, console.write line, I want to do that, sir. Okay. So write line, I want to do that. So look at this write line. Write line I'm using. Here also I'm using write line. The moment when I start running again, now this time output, you can see this console.write line through hello is available in one line, DurgaSoft is available in second line. So this is what console.write line only. So write method is used to display statement onto the screen within the same line, whereas write line method is used to display statement onto the screen line by line. But sir, right now we have, this is output window, command prompt window. But whenever you want to exit from this output window, there are two options are there. Either you can press enter, or else we can press close button here. So both the ways we can able to exit from the output window. But sir, one more option is there here. Console.read key is there, sir. Console.what? Read key. Console.read key is there. What is the speciality of read key means? Read key is used to press any key from the keyboard. It will exit from the output window. So we can also give the space. Okay, /n we have to use, and space means within the single statements you have to display, sir. Okay. I'll show you all, no worries at all. So even you can use in the single statements with space through like this, we can use it. Okay, this is the space. Now you can see when we run this, hello DurgaSoft is right. This is string format. So what the way you are printing, that way it will print now, not a problem. But look at this, when I use read key method here. So in this case, if you want to exit from this output window, you can close this or else enter enter button only. But I have used read key. That's what I'm going to press any key from the keyboard. Automatically it will exit. No need to press enter. No need to close the output window by hitting this close button. Just we have used read key now. So read key will allow you to press any key from the keyboard. So automatically you will exit from the output window clearly. Sir, how the syntax errors or compilation errors will look like? Let's look at this. If I miss some semicolon here, just wantedly I'm missing, but immediately Visual Studio is showing that, or Visual Studio is making alert. Intelligent red squiggly is there here. When we place mouse pointer over there, it is expected symbol terminator semicolon. But even if we execute forcefully also, then it will give you warnings. Now we can see there were build errors. Microsoft Visual Studio says that there were build errors, means compilation errors. Would you like to continue and run the last successful build means what? Do you want to continue with the run last successful build means yes means you will get output which was last successfully run along with error. No means only you will get error window list only in the bottom corner of the Visual Studio. You can see in the error list, we have this expected symbol. When we double click on it, immediately you will be able to notice that what error. So I have to rectify this error clearly. So let's run it now. We got this successfully got it. So this is what exactly adding the program simple class. So by default, one class will come automatically when we create a new project, new application in Visual Studio program.cs only. But look at this, as I said that console is a class which is present in what namespace? System namespace. Fine. Now, if I remove this system namespace, but anything if you want to remove from Visual Studio Code, don't remove this. Okay, if you remove completely, again whenever it is required, you need to write manually. No, so that's not good practice in reality. So if you want to remove anything, if you don't want to use into your application, better to comments. Comment is nothing but what? To exclude the some lines of code from the execution part. Do you want to exclude some lines from the execution part? Better to use comment section. Which line do you want to comment? Better to place mouse pointer or cursor over there. After that, here on the top of the Visual Studio menu options, you can see this here. Commented section is there. Commented out selected line. The moment when I click on this option, automatically it will be comment. And uncomment also we can do this now. Uncommented selected line, that is uncommented selected line is there. Uncomment here, again uncomment. Or else simply you can starting place the mouse pointer, you can use double slash, automatically line reads quickly. So now you can see the name console does not exist in the current context here. Okay, the name console does not exist in the current context, it is saying. So what does it mean here? So this console class is present in system namespace. Exist in the current context. Again, console does not exist in the current context. Here it is there. 3 errors are there. So this is compilation fail. And sir, I don't. You can see when we place mouse pointer, so you can see show potential fixes available. You just click on this link, show potential fixes. Then immediately it will allow you to recommend which namespace you are missing. You can click on this, automatically it will include on the header file. So we can avoid the errors actually. Sometimes programmer don't aware what namespace, what library is required. Because of this error means when we place mouse pointer, Visual Studio only will suggest you clearly what library is missing. Because all the programmers may not aware of that in why this is error is coming, or else they don't aware of that console class is present or belongs to which namespace, they don't aware of that. So for them, we just place mouse pointer on it. So some suggestions will come like show potential fixes. So or else we can expand this arrow mark down. So it will all automatically suggest you are missing what actually system namespace. When we click on this, automatically namespace also will be added. So this is the code. But you can see even if you don't add this namespace, at least you can able to add in the each line wherever it is required. System dot. Here also I'm taking system dot. Here also I'm taking system dot. So but all the lines, if I include system, that's not recommend in reality, because if we write 50, 60 lines, every line we have to add system namespace. That's not good practice. So that's what we can better to include the system namespace on the top of the program. By default, it will come. So you can uncomment it simply. That will work fine, sir. So this program is demonstrated clearly how console program will work, and console class is present in which namespace we have seen like this. Okay, this is the main namespace to work with console dot write method, write line methods, all read methods clear. So right now you can go to Solution Explorer here. So Solution Explorer says Solution Explorer is act as some same like Windows Explorer. We can add all files, group of files. We can able to
what we can say, manage your files and folders, all C# .NET class programming, everything we can able to manage easily, sir. But right now, our project name is console app with .NET framework. But here we have only one program.cs file only. So can we add more number of CS files? Yes. For every program, no need to create separate project. So we recommend only number of C# .NET files to the existing project only, sir. Okay. Yes. How to add means simply go to Solution Explorer. Sir, you may get doubt one more. Sometimes we may not find Solution Explorer here. Okay. So programmers may not find Solution Explorer, wantedly I deleted. Again, I want to back my Solution Explorer, sir. So from where I can get means simply you can go to Visual Studio, main menu option like view menu is there. In this view menu, there is a Solution Explorer. You can click on it. Automatically, it will be placed here in the right hand side of the window only. So this is Solution Explorer. And my requirement is I want to add a new class to this my console application project. So to add extra class, go to Solution Explorer, right click on your project name console app with the .NET framework, go to add, and either you can click on new item or you can click on directly class template. Anyone you can go through this new item or class only. Anyways, so let's select this new item. The immediately when we click on new item, all Visual C# items will be displayed. These are all templates to add interface, to add form, to add user control components. So many templates are there, but my template is I want to add extra class to my existing application. I am selecting class and class1.cs is their C# extension. Simply you can hit the add, automatically a new class is added to my project class 1. Okay, new class is added successfully. This is one option how you need to add a class, extra class to this console application. But one more option is there. No need to follow these all time. This is very lengthy process. Right click on it, go to add, new item, template, all these things. Okay. So I'll not recommend to add the console class like this. There is one more option is there here. So what is the option is there? Let me show you that. Let me close this window. A simple option is available, sir. Simply go to project menu and add class. Got my point? Very simple step. 2 steps are required. So go to project menu and simply add class. The moment when we click on add class, same class template, you can select the name of the class. And here, if you want to change the name of the class, you can change, sir, no problem. But whatever the name, if you want, you can give it, but make sure that .cs is mandatory. So .cs is the C# extension, you can add it. So already I have added, so no problem. So look at this. Whenever I have added a new class, it won't display a main method for us. So the moment when we create for the first time console application, we got a default class, one class program with name, and we got static void main method also in this program automatically came. But next time, whenever we add a new class to the existing application, we don't find any main method here. So to add main method, we need to type manually static space void space M capital letter, that is main, open bracket, close bracket. This is perfect. Okay. So what about string square bracket args in this main methods are not required because that I said optional. By default string args only command line argument. But you can see no need to type static void main manually. There is a shortcut key for adding main method. You just type svm. So S for static, V for void, M for main. And in Visual Studio IntelliSense only saying that code snippet for void main method is note is there clearly. You can hit the tab key twice to insert this SVM snippet. So they are suggesting clearly what? Type SVM and 2 times you can hit tab key, automatically main method will be generated. This is the shorthand way to generate main method in Visual Studio. So let's see this once again. Do you want add main method? No need to type manually like this static void main every time. Simply shortcut is there, SVM, 2 times tab key, automatically main method is generated. So for a change, this program I want to write like this, console.writeLine method. So just I'm using my program is different. Welcome to DURGASOFT. And to stay back to our screen, console.reads are simple. This program I want to execute now. But look at this, in my project application, 2 classes are there. Class 1, program.cs. The moment when I directly run this start button, so there are build errors. Look at this. There were build errors. Build errors means compilation errors. Would you like to continue and run the last successful build means say yes means it will show the last program output along with errors. No means only errors you will get. What is the error? There, I don't find any syntactical mistakes and all. But actually, this error is not related to compilation error, syntactical errors. So this error is nothing but what your project is having more than one entry point, means more than one main method is there. So at the time of execution, runtime in the sense CLR is the main component, sir. In next session, I will discuss what are the main components are there in .NET program execution and what is the program execution process step by step, how many compilation takes place, everything with diagrammatic through. In tomorrow session, I will explain, don't worry. Runtime in the sense how Java people will use JVM, Java Virtual Machine. In .NET also we have CLR, Common Language Runtime. Okay, that components, I'll talk about that components in tomorrow's lecture. Right now you can see the error is what? Program has more than one entry point defined. Entry point means main method. It says that program is defined more than one entry point. Compile with main to specify the type that contains the entry point it is saying. So that means we have to set as a programmer which main method onwards do you want to execute. So here program.cs is having one main method and class1.cs is having another main method. Which main method through you want to execute it is asking. So who should set this? Programmer has to set this. This process is nothing but what process? Setting up the entry point from the for the execution. This process is nothing but changing startup object. How to change startup object means you just go to Solution Explorer and there is in this project application name, project name inside, there is what actually properties option is there. Look at this properties. Double click on this properties. The moment when we double click on properties, look at this target framework 4.1.2 application output type is console application. Your namespace is what actually console application with the .NET framework. Assembly name also same, assembly or namespace. And the startup object drop down list is not set. When we expand this, look at this. It says how many classes do you have in this application currently. Along with the main method, all the application names will be available here. But already I have executed my program.cs. Right now I am ready to execute what? Class1.cs. Let's hit this class1.cs. After changes here, save this. Without saving, changes will not impact. So I'm saving this. After saving this, let's run this now. So we got the output clearly. My next program application. Welcome to DurgaSoft. So this is the procedure, sir, to change the startup object to work with multiple number of classes. How many classes do you want to add from now onwards? We can add like this into your console application. Every time we need to change startup object here. Okay, I will tell you, Mr. Piyush, assembly is nothing but collection of class libraries. Okay, namespace is also nothing but collection of class libraries. Namespace is nothing but one when we give the name of assembly, then that is called namespace. Okay, namespace as an assembly both are similar, but some slight difference is there. In the context of DLL creation, you will understand what is actually namespace and assembly here. Okay, assembly types of. Please mute your audio. Yeah. So now we can see we have two classes here in the Solution Explorer. Console class1.cs, program.cs. This, how many number of classes do you want? You can add it, but how the way to execute means every time we need to change the startup object. Suppose I want to run right now again one more class program.cs only I want to execute. To execute program.cs again Solution Explorer, double click on properties, and here in this drop down list we have to set this console app.NET framework with program and save changes, and let's run this. You got this output now. Hello DurgaSoft is available, previous output. So like this you have to manage your
console application with .NET framework. But this look and feel is like this only. But whenever we try to create a new console application with .NET Core platform, not framework, that different style of coding is there. Okay, so I selected what actually the moment when I click on file and new project here, just a moment. If I select this new project, look at this console application with .NET framework template I select. Now, when I go for console application with .NET Core, same programming language, okay, .NET Core will support in all operating systems. So that's what all platforms I'm selecting. That application type is console type only. Now, when we select this console application with the .NET Core platform template, click on next button. Now you can see it's saying like project name, that is console app 1. So let me give the project name console app with what? Console app with .NET Core. Console app with .NET Core here. So here I'm selecting this next button. The moment when I click on select, then target framework is what actually .NET Core 3.1 only. So when we use Visual Studio 2019, this is out of support. When it comes to VS 2022, then .NET Core 6.0, 7.0 will be available. So what is the difference when we go through .NET Core same or not? I will show you in tomorrow's session clearly. .NET Core 3.1 also how differences. In tomorrow, what I'll do, same Visual Studio 2019 only I will use, but I'm selecting .NET Core 3.1 framework I'm using. This is the core framework. How the way to write the code, you can see this, but there is no much more differences. Slight differences is there while changing startup object. Same output, same result you will get here. It is core platform previously, which I have shown already, that is framework platform. In tomorrow lecture, I will show you that .NET Core through how to write programming part. After that, we will introduce you Visual Studio 2022 also, because our target framework in our lectures are .NET 6.0. Okay. Yes, both are same. Solution and solution file name both are same. Solution file is there. SLN. SLN means this is the solution file. When we open every other window or another editor, do you want to open that directly? You can select the solution file only. That is completely your application classes. Everything will be there in the solution file. Okay. So this is the basic awareness of Visual Studio 2019, how to manage with the .NET framework, everything. And tomorrow also we'll see this Visual Studio 2019 through .NET Core framework. I can select how the differences with coding, console application coding, you will see. After that, once we got an idea about core and .NET framework, we'll go for Visual Studio 2022 with the .NET 6.0, Core 6.0 here. Okay. Yes, same project. Project or solution file, both are same. You can see this here, project name only here. This is directly in this project. The property window is there, references are there here, application config, some files are there, supportive files. Slowly you will understand this all file architecture clearly. It's not a big deal. So all we can't disclose at a time. So you'll get confused. So on the flow, I have to explain one by one. Okay. So use the same link tomorrow also. We will see continuation from here onwards. So first of all, you should aware of that, how to manage all the files and folders with Visual Studio. Then it will be easy to manage everything, sir. So it will take time for a few days. Where is there and what is there and where we have to go for options and templates and all with Visual Studio. It will be easy to manage once you try to practice that. And tomorrow, day after tomorrow also, you can use the same link. And after that, you have to enroll for this course. Once enrollment process is over, then we will give a new link, that is short link. So maximum this link will work for next 2 sessions only here. No holiday. Tomorrow is having class. No. Merging is not possible. Okay, we can able to do inheritances to our more classes. Inheritance topic is different. That's come into object-oriented program. We have class tomorrow also. There is no holiday. Okay, only Sunday is the holiday. Monday to Saturday classes will be regularly. Yes, you can join tomorrow. on the same link only. Yeah, yesterday if you missed the class means you can go through YouTube channel. No, there was uploaded already. So our team was uploaded second video in the YouTube DurgaSoft YouTube channel. Playlist is there. .NET Core 1 and 2 is there. Just you can check there. So it will be easy. Anyway, once your enrollment process is over, then I will send this video recordings also to your mails. So once your enrollment process is over, from DurgaSoft onwards, I will collect your mails. And once I receive your mails, then I can start sharing the video lectures and along with material. And this video also tomorrow morning or today night, they will upload in the YouTube channel, DurgaSoft YouTube channel. Only few videos they will upload, not all.
Sir,
Tell me.
sir, using system is a namespace, namespace, sir.
Yes, exactly.
Using system that collections that generic so namespace.
All are namespaces only, built-in namespaces. This is our own namespace. I created this one. And these are already built-in namespaces, which will come by default when we install Visual Studio along with framework.
Thank you.
Okay, fine. See you tomorrow. Have a nice day.